Hi everyone, so in this lab we're going to be covering the basics of the Linux terminal, directories, applications and other tools, Linux user accounts, and group and permissions. So we're going to start with the most basic level, which is reconnaissance, and we'll be starting with task 1, so understanding what a directory is. We will start with the command pwd, and so this stands for print working directory. All this is going to do is display information about the current working directory. So my username is Logie, so you can see it printed that right here. So yours will be different. It will be whatever your username is, which is most likely Kali. So it has /home/ and then your username. So for me, the file Loki is located in the home file, and then home is inside the file slash. And so the file slash is a special file that is called the root directory. So it's basically the highest file in the Linux file system. So the command pwd will provide you with the absolute path, meaning the full name of that given directory. So it's going to show the full path from the root directory slash to the file or folder, which is why it shows /home/Loki. Alright, and so task 2 is going to be listing folders and files contained within a directory. So we'll start by typing the command ls. And so ls stands for list, and will list the contents of the current working directory. So if we wanted to be specific, we could use a flag. Two different ones are -a and then -l. So we could do the first one, and then we'll go ahead and do the second. So we get different outputs when we do ls versus the following two. So the one with -a will list files that are hidden. So this includes files that start with dot. So most of these start with dot. And then the -l will display a long listing that includes a bunch of additional information about the content, including information about the owner and permissions, which we will get into later. You can also do a combination of both of them. So you could do ls-la, or you could do ls-l-a. Alright, so now we're going to move on to task 3, which is how to create and change directories. So we're now going to learn how to create a directory and then how to change the working directory. So I'm going to go ahead and type the command. Okay, and just a reminder that Loki is my username, so your username will be different. Next, we will go ahead and make the directory. Okay. And next we will, let's do cd cyber and pwd. Okay, so this is just a reminder to replace where I have Loki with your username. So the absolute output is an absolute path to the new directory. So it's the full name of that given directory. When we did cd cyber, we used a relative path, meaning the path relative to the current working directory. We could have also done cd /home/Loki/cyber to use an absolute path. You can also, just a quick trick, you could use the tab button on your keyboard to automatically complete either a file name or a command. So that way you can save time on typing. So pretty handy. Alright, and so now we will move on to task 4, which is traverse to the parent directory. So there can be a lot of typing when trying to move up a single directory level. By using the specification ... However, you can refer to the directory above the current working directory. So we could do something like and then if we did cd ... and then pwd. So we can see that we are one directory level up, as how we were here. We can also delete directories. So we're first going to run a listing and then delete the directory, and then run another listing to confirm that it has been removed. So we'll go ahead and do that. All right, where is cyber? So cyber is here. Now we will delete cyber. Then we're going to go do another listing and confirm it is no longer there. So rmdir stands for remove directory. Its only purpose is to delete a specified directory given the relative or absolute path. Alright, and that is going to wrap up the reconnaissance level of this lab. I hope you enjoyed this video. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the access and escalation portion of this lab. So we will be starting with task 5, which is running Firefox. So we can launch the Firefox web browser with the command Firefox. So the terminal runs the process and then is going to open the web browser Firefox window. Alright, so this runs as part of the graphical user interface versus the command line interface. So we can see images and use the mouse. Alright. So when running the program, you are unable to run any other commands in the terminal since that session is occupied by Firefox. So we can see that here. So to do anything else, we are going to need to open up another window. Okay, so I went ahead and pulled up another terminal so we can continue on to task 6, which is opening applications as a background process. So as I already mentioned, when you run the program, you are unable to run any other commands in the terminal window since that session is occupied by Firefox. So you can have programs and processes running in the foreground and the background though. So to start a program in the background, you can do the following command using an ampersand. So you could do that. Or you could do that. So they're going to do the same thing. Pull up a window. Alright, so now we will move on to task 7, which is text editing with LeafPad. So we can use a text editor in Kali Linux to open text files for editing. So if we run the following command, we can use a text editor to create the file and LeafPad to open the LeafPad program so we can edit the file. So we'll type in our message. Password is password, and then we will save and quit. So then again at the terminal window we can now type cat my secret. And the cat command should print the message in the file that we just created, which it did. Alright. Okay, so now we'll move on to task 8, which is image viewer. So Ristretto is an image viewer that we'll be using for this task in the lab. We're first going to download an image and then view it using Ristretto. So we'll first verify that we are in the home directory with cd. And now we'll download our image by typing the command wget and the URL. So wget lets you download files from the internet given a certain URL. So I'll go ahead and do that. And now we will launch Ristretto and try to open the file that we just downloaded. So I will type Ristretto with our name. Alright, so here is our image. Now we will go and delete it. So we can delete it with the following command, rm, which is remove, and then the name.